Welcome to Chapter 8 Federal Elections. Canadians vote in elections for the people they want to represent them in the House of Commons. In each election, voters may re-elect the same members of the House of Commons or choose new ones. Members of the House of Commons are also known as Members of Parliament or MPs. Under legislation passed by Parliament, federal elections must be held on the third Monday in October every 4 years following the most recent election. The Prime Minister may ask the Governor-General to call an earlier election. Canada is divided into 308 electoral districts, also known as ridings or constituencies. An electoral district is a geographical area represented by a Member of Parliament or MP. The citizens in each electoral district elect one MP who sits in the House of Commons to represent them, as well as all Canadians. Canadian citizens who are 18 years old or older may run in a federal election. The people who run for office are called candidates. There can be many candidates in an electoral district. The people in each electoral district vote for the candidate and political party of their choice. The candidate who receives the most votes becomes the MP for that electoral district. Voting. One of the privileges of Canadian citizenship is the right to vote. One is eligible to vote in a federal election or cast a ballot in a federal referendum if you are a Canadian citizen and at least 18 years old on voting day, and on the voters' list. The voters' lists used during federal elections and referendums are produced from the National Register of Electors by a neutral agency of Parliament called Elections Canada. Once an election has been called, Elections Canada mails a voter information card to each elector whose name is in the National Register of Electors. The card lists when and where you vote and the number to call if you require an interpreter or other special services. Even if you choose not to be listed in the National Register of Electors or do not receive a voter information card, you can still be added to the voters list at any time, including on Election Day. To vote either on Election Day or at advance polls, go to the polling station listed on your voter information card. Secret ballot. Canadian law secures the right to a secret ballot, which means that no one can watch you vote, and no one should look at how you voted. You may choose to discuss how you voted with others, but no one, including family members, your employer or union representative, has the right to insist that you tell them how you voted. Immediately after the polling stations close, election officers count the ballots and the results are announced on radio and television, and in the newspapers. After an election. After an election, the leader of the political party with the most seats in the House of Commons is invited by the Governor-General to form the government. After being appointed by the Governor-General, the leader of this party becomes the Prime Minister. If the party in power holds at least half of the seats in the House of Commons, this is called a majority government. If the party in power holds less than half of the seats in the House of Commons, this is called a minority government. The Prime Minister and the party in power run the government as long as they have the support or confidence of the majority of the MPs. When the House of Commons votes on a major issue such as the budget, this is considered a matter of confidence. If a majority of the members of the House of Commons vote against a major government decision, the party in power is defeated, which usually results in the Prime Minister asking the Governor-General, on behalf of the sovereign, to call an election. The Prime Minister chooses the Ministers of the Crown, most of them from among members of the House of Commons. Cabinet Ministers are responsible for running the federal government departments. The Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers are called the Cabinet, and they make important decisions about how the country is governed. They prepare the budget and propose most new laws. Their decisions can be questioned by all members of the House of Commons. The other parties that are not in power are known as opposition parties. The opposition party with the most members of the House of Commons is the official opposition, or Her Majesty's loyal opposition. The role of opposition parties is to peacefully oppose or try to improve government proposals. There are 3 major political parties currently represented in the House of Commons: the Conservative Party, the New Democratic Party, and the Liberal Party. Voting procedure. Voting information card. Electors whose information is in the National Register of Electors will receive a voter information card. It confirms that your name is on the voters list and states when and where to vote. Advance poll and special ballot. If one cannot or do not wish to vote on election date, they can vote at the advance polls or by special ballot. The dates and locations are mentioned on voter information card. On election day, go to the polling station and bring voter information card and proof of ID and address to polling station. Marking the ballot. Mark an X in the circle next to the name of the candidate of your choice. Voting is secret. Your vote is secret, and you will be invited to go behind the screen to mark your ballot. Once marked, fold it and present to the officials. The ballot box. The poll official will tear off ballot number and give your ballot back to deposit in ballot box. Election results. After polls close, every ballot is counted and the results are made public. Other levels of government. Local or municipal government plays an important role in the lives of citizens. Municipal governments usually have a council that passes laws called bylaws that affect only the local community. The council usually includes a mayor, or a reeve, and councillors or aldermen. Municipalities are normally responsible for urban or regional planning, streets and roads, sanitation, such as garbage removal, snow removal, firefighting, ambulance and other emergency services, recreation facilities, public transit and some local health and social services. The First Nations have band chiefs and councillors having major responsibilities on First Nation reservoirs, including housing, schools and other services. Let us see how much do you know about your government. Federal government. Our head of state is the representative of Queen or King of Canada. The Governor-General is the head of government. The Prime Minister is the name of the political party in power is the name of the leader of the opposition is provincial government. Representative of Queen or King in my province. The Lieutenant Governor is the head of government. The Premier is the name of the provincial party in power is the name of the leader of the opposition is. Thank you for watching. For more content on Canadian Citizenship Test, like, subscribe and share.